Hi, welcome to this episode of Oracle EPM Cloud Today. I'm your host, Catherine Gestry. Today's guest is Rahul Kamath, Director of Product Management. Rahul will be talking with us today about enterprise data management. We'll talk about how it differs from traditional master data management and learn about what makes enterprise data management unique. Stay tuned for all that and more on EPM Cloud Today. Hi, welcome to Oracle EPM Cloud Today. I'm your host, Catherine Gestry. Hi, Rahul. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Catherine.
Wonderful. Well, tell me about your recent trip to Dallas. It sounds like it must have been interesting.
Oh yeah, this is a quarterly powwow that we have amongst ourselves within product development, where we get together and discuss the various projects that we're working on and do a bunch of whiteboarding, share ideas. And my favorite part is the team building activity we do after. So this year we played whirly ball, which is essentially a combination of basketball and sitting in these whirly buggies that are these little electrical vehicles that you sort of use as bump cars with a lacrosse bat in your hand, sorts.
Sounds like a great way to get to know your teammates.
Indeed, yeah.
All right. Let's start by talking about master data management. So is traditional master data management dead?
You know, we worked on traditional master data for over 15 years within our team, and we've learned a lot along the way. We've developed a set of best practices, and we've learned from those implementation challenges that our customers have struggled with. And when we got an opportunity to go to the cloud, we embraced it wholeheartedly in order to be able to really respond to these challenges and address their needs. And really what happened with traditional MDM was that IT built a wonderful solution, but the business never really uptook it. And it's kind of the field of dreams problem that I like to think of it as, where you build it and no one came. And that was often the reason why traditional MDM projects failed and they got a bad name.
Well, what makes enterprise data management different from master data management?
Yeah, that's a great question. So enterprise data management really drew on all the lessons that we had learned. And what we recognized is that traditional MDM involves a lot of upfront investment on the part of the management team to provide oversight, to provide governance, to set policies, and to fund projects. That can take a very long period of time. Sometimes companies take as much as 9 months to be up and running. And what we wanted to deliver was really a day one experience. And with enterprise data management, we've accomplished that by providing an agile, incremental approach for you to be able to securely share information with colleagues of yours from a grassroots perspective. It's really a bottoms-up approach rather than a top-down approach, if you will.
Well, what makes it different from on-premise data relationship management? Is it just lifted and shifted from on-premise to the cloud, or is it something different?
Absolutely not. So because we had this wonderful opportunity to rewrite our solution for the cloud, it is truly a cloud-native application. And what it provides us is the opportunity to deliver a solution that, as I said, is a day one product. It allows two individuals who, like you and I, if we wanted to share a set of dimensions or hierarchies, we could come together within this application and set up our permissions in a way so that I can share a dimension that I really like in your application and vice versa. And we could be up and running in minutes, where you and I could now essentially augment our own individual experiences around managing enterprise data without necessarily having to wait for an elaborate cross-functional exercise to get going.
Okay, interesting. So it just really helps customers get up and running much faster than the on-premise.
Absolutely.
Sounds like, okay. So can you tell me about some of the use cases for enterprise data management?
Absolutely. So I like to think of the 4 A's of enterprise data management. My first use case really is to accelerate your journey to the cloud. So more and more enterprises are moving to the cloud and are struggling with some of the risks associated with either coexisting on-premise applications or sunsetting them and really moving over to the cloud. And as they do that, they need to be able to model tomorrow's structures today, be able to secure agreement and approval around them, and ultimately then deploy them. They might also want to be able to do some back testing against historical transaction bases. And obviously, you can't do that in your production systems. And that's where enterprise data management really comes in, gives you a very safe environment in terms of designing those structures for tomorrow. So as an example, when I'm working in the world of finance, I could model my chart of accounts for my next generation structure or create a global chart of accounts in EDM, and then have the opportunity to synchronize it with various systems in a form that's most acceptable to them, whether they're sitting on premise or in the cloud, whether they're Oracle or non-Oracle assets in the cloud or on premise. We're agnostic.
Wow. Okay. You talked about 4 A's. Accelerate.
Yeah,
and
so the second A is really what I like to call assimilate. So assimilating acquisitions, being able to take acquired information assets and pull them into our corporate structures is a key challenge. So we need a place to be able to model that. On the other hand, you might actually have an enterprise structure that you might want to split into a core structure and then maybe a new company that you're spinning off. All of those use cases are things you can accomplish within enterprise data management. Thirdly, we like to say that we can help enterprises align themselves across their operational assets and their analytical assets. And by that I mean when a change occurs on the edges of the enterprise, that change needs to percolate into my transactional applications such as the general ledger, as well as my enterprise performance management and BI and reporting applications. And so being able to help align how we record with how we report is critical in terms of building data integrity and data quality into our end-to-end experiences as an enterprise. Fourthly, we also offer the ability to help you audit yourself regularly. So as those changes are occurring on the edges of your enterprise, you're now in a position to record those changes in a very transparent manner, have the right set of security and governance discipline built in a very sort of permission-based manner. We offer you a set of approval policies to ensure that your data is governed, and then at the end of the funnel, it's really all about being able to audit your transactions and be able to facilitate downstream compliance reporting processes.
Accelerate, assimilate, align, and audit.
Exactly, you got it.
That's awesome. Okay. So can you tell me about customer success using enterprise data management?
So we've been available for approximately 2 years now, and we've got hundreds of customers who've taken the path to enterprise data management. I'd like to talk to you today about one such customer who is a Fortune 100 enterprise. It's a bellwether company in the third-party logistics and transportation space. Over $15 billion in annual revenue, 15,000 employees, 300 points of presence globally. So very large enterprise, a lot of complexity. They historically had lots and lots of ledger systems as a result of multiple acquisitions that they'd made. They also had a very manual approach to consolidation, and their approach to planning, budgeting, and forecasting lacked the connective tissue in terms of having the ability to collaborate or a system of engagement. And so that created a number of challenges in terms of enterprise data, and they decided to choose Oracle and EPM Cloud for the broader planning, budgeting, consolidation, and reporting processes. And in addition to that, they also purchased enterprise data management to give them the ability to really manage, if you will, this system of engagement around governing their enterprise data assets. And so a couple of key things that they really valued about EDM was, one, how effective we were in providing a connected and integrated experience across all these different modules that they had to work with, whether they were in the cloud or on premise. And then the other aspect of their experience that they appreciated was the ease of use. So we offer a very sort of simple shopping cart style experience for you to be able to model changes as what we call requests. And whether you're a power user or a frontline business user, it's a very accessible experience. It's very easy to learn and embrace. And so it really has a very simple learning curve to it. And I think that was really critical for them to be able to deploy the solution quickly and roll it out to a broad set of audiences. And I think that's where they got a lot of synergy out of the enterprise data management solution, and it boosted and accelerated their broader enterprise performance management program.
That sounds great. So it's good to hear how it integrates with EPM Cloud and on-premise and other applications as well. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us to wrap up our conversation today?
So if there's sort of one line in which I could summarize what we do with EDM, it's really about modeling tomorrow today and enabling a future that is centered around your cloud applications, but not necessarily exclusively in the cloud. We recognize the importance of being able to coexist assets you've purchased before and are creating value from, and combining that with your cloud assets, being able to have data of high integrity and quality that you can make decisions upon, and then also be able to model futures in a way that is amenable to you while you're still actively deployed in a production context.
All right, modeling tomorrow today. I like that. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rahul.
Thank you for having me, Catherine.
And thank you for watching. I hope you'll tune in next time for the next episode of EPM Cloud Today.